Okay, so you just listened to the old lady who swallowed a bat. Do you think, what was that book? Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. What made it fiction? How do you know it was fiction?
Because an old lady can't swallow a bat and ghosts. But you think I would just go up and swallow you?
Right. Those were all kind of, so those things couldn't really happen in real life. What else made it fiction?
That an old lady can't just going out swallowing anything that she sees, and goblins aren't real and she swallowed.
Right. So what else was there though? What did that story have? Did it have characters in it?
Yeah. The old lady.
Yeah.
And the animals.
And all the animals and ghosts and things that she swallowed. Did it have a setting?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Where did it take place at?
In her stomach.
Her stomach, her house, right?
Yeah.
Outside? Yeah, good. Okay. So we have some fiction books that we've read, and we've had some nonfiction books that we've read.
I would have liked
So, nonfiction books. What do nonfiction books have?
It's facts.
Okay, they have facts.
Last time.
Yeah, we read. Yeah, that was a nonfiction book. So we've talked about there's some things just like in fiction, how there's characters and there's a setting and there's a problem, solution. In nonfiction books, there are some things that it has also. Okay, so we've talked before in other lessons that there's headings and diagrams, labels, bold words, captions, and then it can also have table of contents, glossary, and index. You guys. So, what is a table of contents, real quick?
It tells us the chapters.
Oh, thank you, Ethan, for raising your hand.
It says it has the chapters, and they tell you chapter 1's gonna be page 1 through 9 or something.
Good.
And it tells us what it's called.
Yeah, it tells you what the chapters are called. It tells you what page you can find them on. What about a glossary? What's a glossary?
Oh,
Oliver.
that it shows all other things in the story, kind of pictures in the story.
Sometimes they do have pictures, and actually our glossary in our book today has pictures next to it to show you the word. And then, but what does it tell you next to the picture in the word, maybe? Ethan?
If it said, if there's a picture of in wrestling doing a body slam, it'd say so and so is doing a body slam.
Okay. So I think you're thinking kind of the caption, which is under the picture. But a glossary tells us what certain words, important words in the book mean. So if you didn't know what a word meant, you could look in the glossary, and then it would tell you what it was. Now, index is kind of a tricky one, too. What's an index? Have you heard that?
I've heard it before.
We talked it a little bit, but... So an index is also in the back of your book, usually, and it gives you... Let's take your wrestling example. So if we were reading a book about wrestling, and we looked in the index, and you wanted to know about, what did you say, body slams? So if we look up, you have a big book of wrestling, and you want to just read about body slams, you could look in the index under body slam, and then it would tell you all the pages in the book that it talks about it. So first, let's look. I drew us a little picture here with a plant, just a quick little picture. So I thought we could go through, where's the heading? Which is the heading, Ethan? Out of this picture, where is the heading?
This flower needs sun, soil, and water.
Oliver?
I don't know.
Headings are at the top.
What?
And they tell us what we're going to be reading about, or what in this one, what we have here. Here, what is a diagram?
Diagram would be the ones where it's the thing where it says the stem, leaves, petals.
Yeah, kind of. This whole thing is the diagram, and then the labels, Oliver just said, leaves, petals, stem. Good. Those would be the. And I tried to make this.
The flower is.
Which one's the bold word?
Flower.
Flower. Good. It's just a darker, bigger letters. What about caption? Yes, Ethan.
This flower needs sun, soil, and water.
Good. So what does the caption do? What is it telling us?
What it needs.
It's telling us what the flower needs.
But like important thing, like something important about it.
What about though? So that's what it's telling us. It's telling us what's important about what though.
A flower.
So for this one, the flower. What if I had a picture of a wrestler and it had a caption underneath? What would it be telling us about?
Like this wrestler is doing a body slam.
It's telling you. The caption tells you what is going on in the picture, what the picture is about.
What a good setting, caption would be
What?
the wrestlers doing a body slam.
Good. Yeah, that would fit that picture. If it describes the picture, then that's what the caption is. Okay, so I have a little activity we're gonna do today. So we've talked about fiction and nonfiction and kind of how they're different. So I'm gonna give you guys this paper here. It says on it fiction on one side, nonfiction on the other. In your bag that I have for you, you have glue and there's different little papers. They're different book titles. Okay? So we're gonna look at the titles of the books.
And try to figure out if it's nonfiction or fiction.
You got it. You
I can
already
read.
know. So I'm gonna tell you one to find, and then so we can kind of do this part together, and then we're gonna let you get started with our book.
The first one is The Day I Grew Wings.
So, do you guys both have The Day I Grew Wings out?
Yeah.
Okay. Find The Day I Grew Wings.
Okay.
Do you think that's fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Fiction.
Or fiction.
Fiction. What made you think that one was fiction?
You think that
I would grow wings.
Right.
wings?
So that couldn't really happen, so we put that, so you can glue that on fiction.
Nonfiction. Okay. I know.
All right,
Silly
find
goose.
how to play soccer.
How to
Play soccer.
That's
is
gonna go in nonfiction.
And what made you think nonfiction for that one?
Because people can play soccer.
Yeah, it's an actual sport,
Good.
and in my calculations, is the most popular.
Okay.
Find my vacation to outer space.
The Four Seasons. That's what I thought.
My vacation to outer space.
A dragon ate my sister.
No, I mean,
Do you think my vacation to outer space, do you think it's fiction or nonfiction?
I don't
it's
have
gonna be hard because, like, you could go to outer space and, like, you could, like, stay there. But I'm gonna go with fiction.
Fiction. So outer space is real, right? So there could be some parts of it that are true.
Should we go?
But
So
do you take vacations there?
No.
No.
We
So we'll
could.
probably put that one under fiction.
Could. If you're Neil Armstrong.
With this. Yeah.
You can just glue them like on the sides too if there's not enough room. Okay. Dog breeds A to Z.
Dog breeds A to Z.
Nonfiction.
Oliver, you have one on the floor behind you too.
I do.
I think so.
Dog.
Is it the one you're looking for? All right, dog breeds A to Z. Do you think that's fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction. Why? What makes that one nonfiction?
Because, like, it's telling you about dog breeds.
What is so funny? Yeah, it would. So there really are dog breeds, right? And that a book, Dog Breeds A to Z, would probably be about just all different kinds of dog breeds. All right.
So nonfiction.
I want you to pick out.
A dragon ate my sister.
Find two more under each. Any of the titles. Find two more.
That's too many.
Like find two more fiction and two more nonfiction.
Oh.
Oh, catching that. Good job. What is that one?
Princess and the Pig.
And the Royal Pig? You think that's fiction or nonfiction?
I think that's fiction.
Good job. All right, when you have 4 under each side, I want you to check each other's. So Oliver show Ethan, and then Ethan show
I'm not playing.
Oliver. Hold on, Ethan, give him just a second. Give him a second, please. All right, you have it. You can leave the other ones, and if we have time, we'll come back to them.
Yeah.
All right, check and see if you think the other one, if you agree.
We're good.
All right. You can set those aside, and then if we have time, we'll finish them, okay? Okay, so we listened to The Old Lady Who Swallowed
A bat.
a Bat. And that was, we decided that was a fiction book.
That's
So I
gonna
have
be
this book,
nonfiction.
Bats. And you think it's going to be nonfiction? Just by looking at it, how can you tell that it's nonfiction? Just by
Because
looking
it's
at
a
the part.
real photo of a real thing.
Okay, a real photo of a real thing. Good, yeah. Ethan?
And it's at the bottom it's scholastic, and they don't make fake stuff.
Most Scholastic, you see a lot of nonfiction ones, but they do have other kinds of books. But that's a good
And you can
observation.
always just do like a quick flip through.
So before we start,
A sneak peek. Let's take it.
headings. So this book does not have headings. Do they have to have all of these things always?
Oh,
No.
everything.
Okay. I wanted to show
Should I
you
at
in
least
here the
two?
bolded words because my bolded word example was a little off. Where did oh, here we go. It says right here, bats are mammals. And you can see how it's bolded. Now, if we look in the back, here's that glossary. Oops, and I thought it had the pictures with it. Sometimes they do have the pictures, but this one didn't. So then you could find mammals, and it would tell you what mammals are. Yes.
Only nonfiction books have glossaries.
You're right. Only nonfiction books have glossaries. You're very right.
But
Okay.
they're fake, and they were telling you about
So
stuff.
this book is full of really interesting facts. Like, did you know that bats have wings, but they don't have feathers?
Yeah, I did know that.
That's kind of
They kind of fur.
right. Yeah, they have fur because they're mammals, right?
Yeah, and
We're smart like that.
You guys are smart like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you the book and we're going to get started with it. But while you're reading, I have this paper for you that I want you to use. It says I can read informational text. So informational text is just, what word do you hear?
Nonfiction.
What, right.
Informational.
Informational. What word do you hear in there? Informational.
national kind of.
Kind of national, but the beginning part.
I can.
Information, right? So there's going to be lots of information in here.
Information.
So what you're going to do is you're going to write 3 facts while you're reading. 3 facts, the most interesting thing that you learn,
I already know.
and then 1 key idea. So that's like a really important idea. And then my opinion about this topic. What's an opinion?
Something that you like, but other people might not.
Good. So it's what it's kind of like what you think or what you feel. So how do you feel after you read the book about bats and about what you learn in it? Okay.
Would this be one like I like dogs better than cats?
That would be your opinion. Good. Yes. Okay.
In my
But
opinion.
then what about if I say there are
Everyone, dogs are better than cats.
if I say there are however many breeds of dogs, if I knew the exact number,
Like A to Z.
then that would be a fact, right? Because it's something that you could prove. Okay. So there's that.
Okay. I'm gonna read.
And you may get started reading.